Okay, so there's this story I made in like one of my community posts. In my community post, I made a story about this. I told a story about how I went to the nail shop. Telling the story, obviously it's not true, but I went to a nail shop, and it was just, this is basically just an expression of how I was feeling at the time. So I went to the nail shop and I got my nails done. And there's been plenty of experiences where I have been to the nail shop and I got my nails done, but this time I actually got what I wanted because it wasn't realistic. It wasn't, sometimes we do stuff because we don't want to, we're afraid to step out of line. So we go against what we really feel satisfied with or what we feel like is enough or what we feel like we actually want. We go against that because we know that we have to follow through. We know that, the system is built around following through. You pay for this, you got to get it. We're kind of conditioned by the money. We're conditioned by money. We're conditioned by, meeting standards or doing more than we want to or how we feel or more than we should or more than we can. It's not really our choice when it's actually out, when we actually go out to do it, because you can't go into a nail shop and do exactly what you want to do. You have to do what you're supposed to do. You have to do what you paid for. You have to. So like I said, I was in this I went to the nail shop and I got my nails done. I did the normal routine where they apply the nails, they have you rinse your nails off, they have you sit at the heater sometimes before they apply the nail polish color, sometimes after. It depends on, the nail specialist. So I sat down and I'm just like, they handed me this color, the book, the book of colors, of random colors you can choose from. I look at this book and I'm just like, I'm not really feeling this, So anyways, I came into the shop with an idea already in mind of what I wanted. And like I said, a lot of times in my past experiences when I went to the shop, the nail salon, I actually was satisfied with my nails without any extra going on, So it's just like they applied the tips and then just right there, just the nail and the tips and the clear nail polish, boom. I was like, ooh, that's all I want. That is so nice. I don't even want the color, but we paid for the color, so therefore it kind of wiped my smile right off my face like, dang. I can't keep it like this because I paid for that, and they're not going to let me get out of their chair. I'm thinking, mentally we're chained to this thought that we just can't get up and leave when we want to leave because we paid for this, and we feel like, how you at school and you can't get up out your seat. Once you sit down, you're sitting down, and if you raise your hand, then you can get up. That's how we feel out here in these places, these businesses. Like, we're under so many demands against our own commands, and we're kind of commanding ourselves, go ahead, get up, this is what you want. It is what it is. Or just talk to them, this is what I want, I don't want no other color. Can I just keep it like this, and then you can just kind of, work with the, if you didn't pay yet, you just pay for this, but guess what? There's no package deal with what you want. What you want, it doesn't come in a package. So therefore you got to get it their way or no way. Kind of like when you go to McDonald's or what is it, Burger King? Have it your way, or no way at all. You got to have it their way. It ain't your way, it's their way. Because there's plenty of times where I went to all these fast food places, and I wanted like a sandwich, but I didn't want a drink. You know, I wanted a drink and a fry, but I didn't want the sandwich. Oh, well, this is a meal. You know, you can't. I was like, well, can I just get the sandwich and a fry? And I think this was one time at Popeyes. I was like, can I get a sandwich and a fry, and I'll just go somewhere else and get my drink? No, you got to get this or you can't get that. Okay, well, with my son's drink, he don't want this, he want that. Can I get that? No, you gotta get it this way. You paid for it this way. You gotta get it this way. You can't get it at all. You know, it's plenty of times where I've been to fast food places where I gotta get it their way and I can't have it my way. So we kind of cancel out what we want for what they want. You know, we gotta meet their demands and expunge our own internal commands. It's like we're speaking out inside, but we're kind of putting ourselves, disregarding ourselves or silencing ourselves because, you know, to satisfy everyone else. So, by the end of, that's kind of the moral of the concept. But, yeah, so I wind up getting up and leaving. You know, she was like, I got up from the heater, and this is the part where I'm supposed to sit down and get my color. So instead of sitting down and get my color, I go ahead and get my purse, and I make my way out. And she's like, no, we're not finished. You didn't choose your color. This is the part where I'm supposed to choose my color, and I'm supposed to sit down and get them painted, and then most likely go back under the heater again. But I just grabbed my purse, and I said, it's okay. This is fine. This will do. I'm good. And I just walked out. You know, obviously I paid beforehand, but I wasn't worried about the money. I wasn't worried about the price. I just knew what I wanted, and I walked out satisfied, and that's just how it was. So, yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. I got so many ideas. Like, okay, so there's so much stuff I want to do around my house. Like, I want to talk about this, but then I want to do this. Like, I was just thinking about, like, moving around my bedroom and making showing that. But then I do want to talk about something else, though. So there was this statement Marilyn Monroe made. She has said something about genuine happiness and genuine misery. She was like, well, I've never actually been genuinely happy, but I can say I have always felt I've been genuinely miserable. And that just brought me to like a thought. I'm just like, have anyone actually ever been placed in a situation where everyone is actually genuinely happy? Misery loves company, but that just seems to be more of a thing. It's like, have you ever just got to a point where you're in the company of someone that's actually just as happy and ecstatic as you are, and y'all can just really be good in this feeling, and there's nothing kind of interfering with that feeling, and it's just you and that person just vibrating at a high frequency and being as happy as y'all want to be. Have y'all ever experienced that? And I can actually say no, because I feel like it's always the opposite. It kind of go in the same bracket as opposites attract, but at the same time, it's just like, why can't we just feel our own happiness as well in the company of someone else? Usually when you feeling good, if you ain't with your kid, that feeling is not going to last, and that's weird, ain't it? You know how you can be happy and you can experience that happiness, and your children just doesn't, they don't interfere with that happiness. Having your children around, you still as happy as you want to be. But when it comes to, I'm not talking about other people's children, I'm talking about your children. But then when other people step into the equation, you notice that, that happiness kind of diminishes. You're not as happy as you want to be, or that happiness, it's just not the same. You're not as happy as you want to be. It's more so of you're as happy as they want you to be, you know. So I kind of felt her when she said that I'm not actually genuinely happy, but I can say I'm genuinely miserable, because to resonate at the same frequency as somebody else, it's like y'all sharing in that darkness, that sad, that gloomy feeling, and that's really the only way to have that common ground. Why can't our common ground be happiness? Why does our common ground have to be depression, darkness, sadness, gloominess? Like, why do we have to, it's like we have to build from that foundation up, you know? One person can't be happy, and then, y'all can both be happy, but at the same time, it's like one person has to go down for their, so I guess it has to be a balance in the situation. One person has to go down to make for it to have to be some type of balance. But what if it wasn't, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, with our children, why can we experience this feeling that we want to experience, but when it comes to somebody else, you can't share that. You can't feel the way you want to feel with anybody or everybody or that person that just, with anybody, I can't be genuinely happy. I've always been genuinely miserable. Never actually got to experience genuinely being happy with another person. So yeah, and even if, that's what I'm saying, a lot of people are speaking on, love nowadays, to be in love with somebody. I've once been in love, I can say that. And even then, it was more so of, it was like I don't know, I feel like in love there's always a blind spot. There's a blind spot in love as well. So that's a whole different topic, a person being in love. But that's what I feel right now. Just as you can feel the way you want to feel with your children. That's a pure example. That's love. Love is feeling genuinely happy with the company you keep. Me and my children, I can be as happy as I want to be without no limitations. I can be myself and I can just feel happy. We can share in this happy feeling. We can both be happy together. Like if my children, we can all be happy together. And I feel like that's what love is. I feel like this is what the meaning of genuinely being happy. I feel like this is love. That feeling of love is this genuine happiness and basking in your happiness, like being happy no matter the circumstance, no matter, the interferences or anything. It's just you're happy with your company. You're happy with the company you keep. And if there's like a kind of imbalance to the situation, or, this and this negative, the stuff that we actually experience on a daily basis, that's not love. And that's genuine misery. So yeah, I felt her when she said that. So basically, yeah, when she said, I've never actually experienced genuine happiness, but I've actually experienced genuine misery. So yeah, I'm gonna try to just not kind of doze off, because like I said, I got a lot of stuff I want to do around here, and if I feel like involving, or wanting to share what I'm doing, in that moment, then I will, you know, turn on the camera while I'm doing what I'm doing. So, yeah. But I'm about to get up out of here, and I will see y'all next time.